Welcome to IST's video tutorial on exporting meet entries and results. Export allows you to easily send information back and forth between different teams and makes setting up for a big meet much easier on the Meet Manager. It also allows you to easily send results home with the visiting team that they can then put into their system. This tutorial assumes that you have a basic knowledge of setting up, seeding, and running meets in Meetware. We will begin with exporting entries. In order to export meet entries, you will need to make sure that your event list file matches the event list of the team hosting the meet. Many teams will send you an HYV or ISV event list file. For information on importing event list files, please check the help files on importing event lists or watch the event list help file video. If you were sent a meet structure file, a Hy-Tek EV3 file from the host team, you can use this to create your meet. Before you can import the data, you must select the file, right-click on it, and select Extract. Then go back into Meetware 3, click on Meets, Import, and select the TUV/EV3 option. Click Browse, and select the meet structure file that you just extracted. You will need to enter a unique file name for the event list that will be imported with the meet structure. And then click Import. If there are errors, you should print the error log. In this case, I imported an event list that has both prelims and finals events. Because of this, you will need to go to the event list and make sure that the point systems are set correctly for each round. For more information on how to set up point systems, event lists, and meets for a championship-style meet, please see our video help file on the website. If you do not have a meet structure file, you will set up your meet like you normally would. When selecting teams, you only need to select your own team, since those are the only entries that you are going to export. Once you have your meet set up, you can go ahead and put your entries into the events. Seeding entries to export is exactly the same as seeding them for a normal meet. Set the seeding preferences to match the meet that you are doing entries for. This is a dual meet, so we allow up to 6 entries per event, 3 relays, and 3 of the 6 entries can be scored. We'll use the dual meet method. And since we're going to a team that uses Hy-Tek, we'll put it in as times points. They seem to like that better. Slow to fast. It doesn't really matter whether you check the lane assignment or not because it will get assigned by the home team and seed from lane 1 to 6. Now go ahead and enter your athletes. Just a quick note about entering athletes by time. If you are the home team and your athlete has a time for the selected event in the system, then when you select the athlete, their best time will automatically be entered. You can edit this time if necessary, otherwise just press Enter to accept it. I'll go ahead and enter the rest of the athletes for this meet. Once all of the athletes have been entered, you can exit seeding. There is no need to seed the meet prior to exporting the entries. If you are exporting results, you will need to have run the entire meet before you can export anything. To export either meet entries or meet results, click on Meets and Export. This is the export screen. Select the meet that you want to export. and check to make sure that the meat name matches the name of the meat that you have selected. Now fill in all of the required fields, which are marked in red. It is not necessary that the information in these fields are correct, but they have to contain something or Hy-Tek will not be able to import the information. The course information is important because that will tell Hy-Tek whether it needs to convert the times or not, so we'll choose short course yards. I always put in contact information. And then, of course, the file type. If you are exporting meat entries, click on Meat Registration. To export meat results, click on Meat Results. Since the meat that I set up has only entries, I will click on Meat Registration. Next, click on the Browse button and select where you want to save the file. Give the file a name. Click OK, and then click Export. If everything is okay, the status will be green. If a problem is found, the status will be red. In order to see what the problems were, you can click on Yes when it asks you if you'd like to print the error log. Meatware does not allow you to export meats with blank names. If there are blank names in the meat, you will see these in the error log. You need to go back into the meat and either fill in names or have a swimmer on your team with the name No Name that can be put in there instead. So we'll go back and fix the problem. We can go back into export, and everything is still here from before, so we go ahead and just export it again. Another problem that you may find is that the sex code does not match the sex for the event. In this case, I have a couple of girls entered into boys' events. Again, we can go into the roster and fix this. Now the export is complete. You can put these entries onto a thumb drive or other portable media and take them to the host team, who can then import them into their system. Exporting results works the same way. Select the meat. Choose where you want it to go. And then select Meat Results. There were errors during the export, so we'll take a look at the error log. There are two different errors here. The first one is that the sex code does not match the event number, which means we'll need to make a change in athlete. And the next one is that there are no split times for a relay. Make a note of the heat, the lane, and which relay legs. That way we can fix it. It's usually easier if you print the error log, then you can fix all the errors at the same time. We'll start by fixing the sex code problem. And then we can go in and fix the splits. To fix the splits, you right-click on the finish time of the lane that is incorrect. As you can see, there were no splits until the final split. You have the option of typing in the splits if you know them, or if you don't, you can click the Make Splits button, and it will just take the final time divide it by 4, and give everybody the same split. It's a quick way to fix it if you have a lot of these to do. Once you have that fixed, you can go back to Export and run it again. This time the export was successful. You can now import this meat into another IST meatware system or into Hy-Tek's Meat Manager or Team Manager. For more information on how to do this, please consult the Meatware help files. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us, and have a great meat.